Most people, once they've created a piece of video content, make a beeline for YouTube and they upload it and they sit back and they wait, and at the end of the first day they've got 5 views, and at the end of the first week they've got 15 views, and it's all a bit like, eesh. And we've all done it, and there's a reason why that's the case, and it's because most people confuse YouTube with a social media network. It's not. In this video, we're going to talk about how the different social media networks work with video and why YouTube might not be the best place to upload your content. So YouTube's a great platform. It's a logical place to put your video, but you have to remember that it's not necessarily going to drive traffic or any kind of views unless you have one of two things going on in the video. So fundamentally, YouTube is not a social media network. It's a search-based platform. It's owned by Google. It works in a very similar way that Google works through SEO, through a search-based criteria. So when you create content for YouTube, you need to be very, very specific about what those search terms are, what the keywords are, who you're targeting, what the message is, and why they would want to go and search for that particular video. The other way that YouTube generates traffic is through a subscriber base. So you'll see those big subscriber numbers on YouTube channels, 10,000 followers or 100,000 or 1 million followers. And when a video is created and uploaded, a proportion of those people or all of those people will get the chance to see that content. They'll get notifications, and that will drive some traffic to it as well. Now, subscriber bases take a long time to build. It's a long-term investment. You've got to have regular content going onto YouTube in order for that number to grow. And you need to understand that there's a reason why you're doing that and what the purpose behind that is. Because YouTube is an intent-driven platform, meaning that people are going there intentionally to search for things and to find answers, some of the videos on YouTube can be 10 or 15 minutes long. That's not going to work on a social network. Another reason why YouTube is a good long-term investment is because that content, once you've uploaded it, is available there and can be accessed for years to come. So if you create content that's evergreen, which means it doesn't go out of date quickly, that content could serve you for years and years and years. And actually, some of the videos that I produced 7 or 8 years ago on YouTube are still getting watched and still have views now. Social media is quite a different kettle of fish because it's all about the feed. It's about generating content that is going to attract people's attention immediately, that they're not necessarily looking for, but they are interested in. So that shifts the perspective of what you're doing. And the content therefore needs to be shorter, it needs to be punchier, more condensed, and more immediately attractive. Most social networks have a viral component built into it. So the more people comment and share that content, the more it gets viewed and the more it gets replicated within the feed. So more and more people see it. So you want to design content within a social media feed that has that component to it that makes people discuss, share, or comment on a particular piece of video content. The drawback of social media video, of course, is that it doesn't have a huge amount of shelf life. It's not searchable. And if you want people to keep seeing it, you have to keep posting it or reposting it in the feed. One of the easiest ways to create traffic and engagement and that kind of viral component within a post is to make it entertaining or funny or kind of amusing in some sort of way. And that might be really good to get lots of views into your video. It might not necessarily be good for conversions or authority. So it's really valuable to think about having a mix of content on a platform like LinkedIn or Facebook that has some authority component to it where you're speaking about your expertise as well as just trying to entertain people. The views on that might be lower, but the conversions might be better. Now, can you take your social media content and put it on YouTube? Yes, you can. Can you take your YouTube content and put it onto social media? Yes, you can. Just don't expect to get great results in either of those situations because the content hasn't been designed for the channel. You'll get reasonable results, and for example, you'll be able to search for your social media videos on YouTube. So for the best chance of success, pick the channel, create the content for that audience, for that channel, and know what your objectives are in each case. Are you trying to drive short-term traffic, or are you trying to drive long-term SEO search results?